The former Howard Stern intern will interview celebrities and his eclectic friends.
Gorilla, what's going on out there? You were my #1 man. I don't give that role to anybody.
Sharing twisted tales of debauchery.
And I'm just dumbfounded.
This is Aftershock XL.
Why do I always feel like I'm running behind the 8 ball? And not the good 8 ball either. I'm just always sorry for the delay. I got to get off of here. I'm not running solo, so to say, today, but I do have a co-host. I'm very excited because he is the new sensation on the internet, and we're going to introduce him in a second. I just want to thank everybody for tuning in and supporting this show. I better go to comments because everybody here, what's up? Wrong mic. Oh, the mic is over here. Yeah. You see what I'm dealing with over here? Thank you. I got all these people to find out my flaws because I am watched with very intense eyes on this. Thank you, Oscar Electric, for tuning in. Ryan, wrong mic. I know. I fixed it, Ryan. Thanks, buddy. The mic was facing the other way, but I think we got it good. These are hot mics. Got to keep it away from me. But yesterday's show was pretty awesome. There was supposed to be Howie Mandel appearing. He called while my friend Dave was on the air, and he didn't pick up. So Howie went home, but we're going to hopefully get Howie stop day drinking. Yeah, no, I don't drink and drive, my friend. Like other people, I literally don't drink and drive. I'm completely sober when I do my show, just during the day. If you ever catch me at night, I might be a little tipsy, but I'm not slurring. People are starting already, bro. You see what's going on here, Danny? I'm going to bring Danny on in a second. Drink water. I got water right here. But I had big ups to American Cupcake once again for trying to help me. Oh, and my tribute to somebody. Anyway, I try not to be a slob when I'm on the air or in life in general. But so Howie was supposed to come on. He was. We had this whole thing planned out. Shatner was a long shot. I knew Shatner was a long shot, but Howie was there, and we were supposed to do an AI interview with Howie, and Howie was supposed to jump on and be like, "Look how real it is." And my friend Dave, it was just a simple mistake, but I don't want people to think I was leading them on. Although I did have them in the hologram box in my promo. Thank you, Oscar Electric, for doing that. They both were. It was long shot from Shatner, but Howie was supposed to be there, and we're going to reschedule that. Yeah, these people are funny. So I just wanted to get that out there and get that off my chest. But I do have a very special co-host today, the internet sensation, Mr. Danny Miner.
Thank you, Grillo, for having me. And listen, I didn't smell any alcohol on you when I walked in here.
Yeah, and that's
so they're totally wrong.
Officer.
I didn't smell anything, brother.
It's the biggest mouth on the internet, Danny Miner. Danny the Maniac Miner.
Listen, that's what they call me. And since you nicknamed me that, man, the name's fitting. Everybody's starting to call me that.
Well, because you earned it, motherfucker.
I know. I'm so hated. I should be called the hated man on the internet, the most hated man on the internet.
The only reason why people hate you is because you just every time you flip on Instagram, you're on every goddamn feed.
My buddy said the same thing. I can't get rid of you.
No, I can't.
Video after video after video.
And you got to be careful where you are because it's like a normal volume, and then it's like, hey, it's Danny Miner, and I'm in your face.
Dude, it's fun. I love it, man. It's a great thing. I've been doing it for 6 years.
Well, you've been. Give people your numbers because it's so amazing. Like you really just caught something. You caught like that little piece of wind, and you were just flying through the internet all over the place. So we were going through your numbers before. Give people your stats, man, because they're incredible.
I have 456,000 followers on TikTok, 178,000 on Instagram or Facebook. 178,000 on Facebook and 173,000 on Instagram. And it's growing. I went up 10,000 followers last month on Instagram.
That is insane. And you got 8 million views?
Oh yeah, Instagram last month 9 million views, Facebook 11 million, TikTok around 8 or 9 million too. So I'm averaging like 30 million views on all platforms each month.
Yeah. Well, Ryan's saying if you have those numbers, how come you didn't bring anything? Because we didn't promote it. I didn't ask him to promote this. He didn't, like if he didn't go and he didn't go on his. I didn't ask him to go on his social media and push this. I just asked him to come on today because he had a free day from being a social warrior justice guy, a justice warrior guy, right? How do you call that? A social justice warrior?
Social justice, and I'll promote this once we get off. So we'll get followers from me over to this platform without a doubt.
Yeah. So you can see the comments too, correct?
No, I can't see the comments.
Oh, you know what? Let's try this out because I had a super tip yesterday that didn't go through, and I want to see if I can work this because it just Evie Mux is just the fucking worst. This guy, what no chaser, sent me the thing that but I played this already, so it's not gonna get played. So okay, yeah, it was already played, so I got to get a new super tip up and see what happens. But can you hear me when I do that?
No, I can hear you. Yeah, when you're doing that, I
Okay.
can still hear you.
Okay. Is it wait here? This is so funny. This is how these people work. Danny, is it true you got fired from the NYPD? Yeah, would you like to address that?
What did they say? I got fired from the NYPD.
Yeah, is that a rumor?
I've never worked for the NYPD ever, but I'll take it. If you think I worked there, yeah, go ahead, put it there in there. The
Yeah,
good news is, Grillo, people try to get stuff on me. I have nothing to hide. There's nothing on me that you're gonna find.
I know that, but they're gonna make shit up regardless.
I know.
So I guess this is probably like payback. Karma like might take a week to come get you, or it might take 30 years, maybe
Yeah.
more. Well, this is my karma coming back to me. When I grew up in a big Irish family, I was the oldest of 16 grandkids, and my cousin that was right next to me was a year younger than me, and we were like you're not allowed to play with each other anymore because we were just two little evil bastards. We were always getting in trouble, and it was always like, they had to keep us apart because we were just always had some diabolical thing going on in our heads. So now we had a bunch of younger cousins that it'd be Christmas and we'd be bored. So I'd go over to one of my little cousins and go, Tommy said that your dad pees sitting down. And he'd go, what? And Rob would go over to my other cousin and say, yo, Paulie, Tommy said that your mom is fat. And they'd be like, what? And then before like Christmas dinner, they'd be ready to beat the living shit out of each other. And me and Rob would sit there and have to hold them back, and we'd be hysterical laughing, and both my cousins would be crying and be like, ah! And so now the karma is that these fucking guys on this internet, this YouTube channel, like this Dabbleverse, if you will, they'll go and tell somebody another competing show that, oh my God, Grillo said this about you. And then he'll come back and say something, well, fuck Grillo, he's a piece of shit, he's a loser, he's stupid. And then I hear about it. Now so they start these little fucking wars by like dropping lies on both sides, and they sit back and they just go like this. And I gotta admit, I did that as a kid, and I guess this is my fucking living hell. It's come back to bite me in the ass, bro.
Listen, enjoy the hate, man. I enjoy the hate. I love when they hate me. Let me tell you something, Grillo. Your haters are your biggest fans because they listen to every single word you say. I love my haters. Honestly, I love them.
Yeah. So I understand the hater thing.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. It's just me. Maybe it's a Brooklyn thing. It's like I can't get it out of my head. Like, what'd you say about me, motherfucker?
Oh, yeah, me too.
You know
I
what
have
I'm saying?
sometimes
Like,
I have to respond. I agree with you.
get my Irish up. I'm like, fuck. I got to learn how to control that. That's why I think I'm overly nice, because I just don't ever want to go down that part. I was talking to Shuli. I know you don't know who Shuli is, but I was talking to Shuli yesterday. And he goes, yeah, your problem is, Grillo, you're too nice. And I said, you know what it is? I was like, did you ever watch The Simpsons? Did you watch The Simpsons?
Of course.
So, do you remember the episode when Ned Flanders finally loses it?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, that's me. I'm like Ned Flanders. I'm overly nice because I don't want to go to the fucking nut house. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I know. And you know what? You get everybody with an opinion online. They all could say whatever they want to you because they're hiding behind a computer. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Unlike you hiding behind the door right over there.
That's right. I'm right behind the door. People don't realize I'm just right in the room with you.
They want to know. You move your head a little bit so they can see Marilyn's cleavage. There you go. That's Marilyn Monroe. So Vito Calzone is saying, Danny, the Philly dip lipster. I don't know what that means. Sometimes they say stuff, it just like, I don't know what they're doing.
Hey, you got that right, though. I'm not from New York. I'm more from Philly. So you
Yeah.
got that right.
It's always sunny in Philadelphia.
Yes.
Vinny Pastore is coming on at 1 o'clock. I don't like not, like, some people say, oh, they're going to get people and like lie about a guest or not. Vinny Pastore is coming on. I wanted to have a little one-on-one time with the legend maniac Danny Miner here. So, detective, he's a crime solver. Everybody, if you're on Instagram or Facebook or TikTok, you got to subscribe to Danny Miner. I'm telling you, he is extremely entertaining, and he's very. You have a truthful air about you. Like everything you say seems to make sense. The one thing that, and I don't want to get too political, but so it looks like Jimmy Kimmel's got to go and bye-bye.
I hope so.
Well, I don't like him personally because
Me
I think he's
neither.
an asshole. Not because of any political views. I've met him and he was a dick. If anybody remembers when Howard first went to Sirius, I did a demo show to do movie reviews, and I was the judge. I was going to judge movies by baked potatoes. If it was a good movie, 5 baked potatoes, and if it was a bad movie, no baked potatoes.
Okay, that's a good
I
idea.
had Jodie Foster on as my first guest, and I had I have all the ideas. So Jodie Foster, I interviewed Jodie Foster, and it almost didn't happen. It happened at the last second, and I worked on the Brave One. I was her first team PA,
Okay.
and so me and her got close. She was like the coolest chick on the planet.
Right.
So that day, Jimmy Kimmel was on all day with Howard. Usually they come on for a segment, but Howard was so in love with him, he's like, stick around for the whole day. So when I came on, Jimmy was sitting next to me, and he's like, I get Howard breaking my balls, Robin, Artie, Fred. They've been breaking my balls for 20 years. All of a sudden, this fucking doo-doo sitting next to me, he's breaking my balls. It ain't happening.
Right.
And Danny, plus, I was working at a nightclub at the time. I just came from work. I had a little buzz going on. And they asked me what I wanted before I went to the studio, so I grabbed a tall boy,
Right.
I regret doing anything like that anymore, but so I had the beer in between my legs. So they played the Jodie Foster interview, and they didn't understand the circumstances that it took for me to get her on, and the fact that I really wasn't prepared. When I got her on, it was like, okay, go now. And I was like, oh, hi, Jodie. So then I calmed down and I fell into the interview. So Jimmy Kimmel was like fucking starting to bust my balls, and I was like, I said, let me ask you a question, motherfucker. Have you ever interviewed Jodie Foster? He goes, no. I went, shut the fuck up. And then, Danny, this is where it got a little weird. I took a sip of my beer and I burped and I blew it in his face. I went,
I love it because I can't stand that dude. I'm sorry, man. I hate him. I hate him.
on the way out, they interviewed him in the hallway and stuff, and they said, well, what do you think about Grillo? And he looks at the camera and he goes, I think Grillo is a disgusting human being. He shoots, he scores. So that's my best. So, but here's the deal. I've seen two sides of this because it is very important to remember that this is a free country and there's freedom of speech. Correct. He could say whatever he wants. That's the law.
Right.
But if you go back and you see like someone like Roseanne Barr, when she opened up her mouth, what happened?
Right.
You see, well, Louis C.K. was sexual, but then you see like Gina Carrera from The Mandalorian. She opened up her mouth. What happened to her? She got silenced.
Right.
So there's one side, silencing people that open their mouth, and then now they're going to silence Jimmy Kimmel, and now they're going to use the freedom of speech to their advantage. What do you think about that?
This is what I think. Yes, there's freedom of speech. You can say whatever you want. I come on here and I say whatever I want. That's what makes me popular on Instagram, Facebook, and my socials. But there's consequences to stuff you say, especially when you work for somebody. So they have every right to fire Jimmy if they want. Okay? But the problem is These talk show hosts are 90% against Republicans. They never say anything about the Democratic side, which isn't fair. It basically became a political platform. His whole show is a political platform for the Democrats. That's the fact.
Yep. Okay. Well, Disney has a Titan like Disney, but well, Jimmy has a Titan like yeah. It is true, but how long can they stand with the corporate pressure? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a business and they have to make money. So, how are they going to work it? I don't know. You know,
Yeah.
the
And
people
Grillo,
sponsors are
Grillo,
pulling
think
out.
of this though. He's only half the country's gonna watch him. Republicans ain't gonna watch Jimmy Kimmel. So them having Jimmy Kimmel as their face of the program, only half the country's gonna watch him because half the country hates him. Because he's so darn political. I personally think this is the end of him. I think he's getting fired this time. I'll be
You know
shocked
what's
if he
going to
does.
happen? I think he's going to get fired and he's going to become a martyr and he's going to find something else like a Bill Maher, doing what he does. There's another person that I never really liked because I heard other things outside of his personal career, but I mean his on-air persona because I know people that know him and he's just really not that nice of a guy. But the one thing I respect about him, at least he weighs logical options. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
You're talking
he'll say
about Bill,
something
right?
and he'll call it out.
Yeah, I agree with you. I totally agree with you there.
So, but yeah. Anyway, that's what's going on. But these are the kind of topics that you deal with on a regular basis, and it's kind of refreshing for me to listen to you come on and stuff. And you had a very touching thing about a child that saved his class from a mass shooter, which was kind of touching today. And I was like, oh, this motherfucker's gonna make me cry, man.
Yeah, that was a sad story. And for people that don't know, I don't know the kid's. I think his name was Kendrick Castillo. He A kid came in their classroom, was an active shooter with a gun. He told everybody not to move, and this kid didn't hesitate. He charged him, took rounds before he got to him, and was able to help disarm this kid, but he died from his wounds. This kid's a hero, 18 years old, didn't stutter, went right after the shooter and charged him. Look it up. It actually is an emotional case.
But why? It should be front page all over the place. When did this happen?
It happened in 2025.
Okay.
Yeah. So
And this guy should be a national hero. And there's
I agree, and they didn't say nothing about it. But he did what he had to do, man. He was a man, and you should see what his father said. Oh, go watch his father's speech. You'll be in tears. I don't care if you're a grown man. You'll be in tears.
yeah. So Ryan, why does the video have 200 views? What video is that? So yeah. Anyway, you recently auditioned for a movie. You're breaking into the acting world. How's that going?
It's listen. I can't say what part I tried out for, but of course it's going to be a cop part. So I auditioned last week. They told me to let me know in 3 weeks. I was in one other movie, but I'm going to start pursuing some acting roles because there's a lot of movies being filmed out here in Vegas right now. So I just joined an agent. So hopefully we'll get some more roles and I'll get back into acting
Yeah,
too.
well, we're going to discuss this in a little while, but if you didn't know this, Vinny Pastore is possibly one of the most sought after acting teachers in the business.
Wow, really?
Yeah. It's one of those weird things that kind of nobody knows. Like remember Grandpa Munster?
Yes.
So did you know that he was the biggest high school basketball recruiter in the country?
No.
Yeah, he would go to high schools and recruit people for kids for colleges.
Oh my God. I didn't know that at all.
Yeah, I was like, what? Grandpa Munster's. Oh, Angela's here. She likes my hoodie. Thank you, Angela. We're gonna get you on as a moderator. You guys, you and Oscar Electric can handle all the maniacs on the fucking all the comments. So, well, you got Vinny Pastore. Vinny, I'm gonna probably just limit if you have any questions for Vinny, you're gonna have to do the super tip thing. That would make sense, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to ask Vinny any questions, you can jump on Super Tips. I'll probably just try to focus on Danny and not pay attention too much to the comments. But because you know what, it's really distracting. I was so used to like when I had the other show that I did a couple of years ago, I just really had to come on and just pay attention to the person I was talking to. Now it's like I got comments here, I got super tips here, and all of a sudden I'm like, "What did you say?" I got ADD, I got fucking ADD already, ADHD, whatever you want to call it. It's hard enough for me to focus, let alone focus on three things, and then also conduct an interview that makes any sense.
I hear you, brother. I hear you.
Yeah.
And if you realize a lot of podcasters, they don't go live because of that. But
Yeah.
you go live and I go live. We take the heat.
Oh yeah, I know. Like being 10 minutes late and still not figuring out my super tips on EV mugs. You heard that whole conversation, right?
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah. Oh, I had to delete it and come out and come back in. But at least I'm here. So I'm here, and so Vinny Pastore should be here any minute. Any questions with Vinny Pastore? Please go to the super tip, and I will. As long as it's not something stupid, like it's so easy for these like these people to remember also that he's an accomplished actor. He just didn't do Sopranos. He started out, just being in back. He did background work and feature work for years. He's done a lot of big things.
Right.
I'm going to missed call. Who called me? Just want to make sure. Oh, Wendy Snapple just called.
Oh, there you go.
Your new best friend.
Yes. She's such a nice lady, man. What a nice lady.
She is one of the nicest people on the planet.
Yeah.
And I was glad to put you guys too. We went to dinner together the other night at a really nice Italian restaurant. But like Vinny Pastore has like over 247 like movies. Like he's currently starring in Gravesend. He was in the Yellow Jackets, A Brooklyn Love Story, The Curse, The Zombie Wedding. Like it's absolutely unbelievable. Birthday Cake. Also, let's not forget the Jerky Boys movie.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember the Jerky Boys. I listened to all their tapes.
Yeah. So, you know what? I don't know what Johnny Brennan's. I talk to Johnny Brennan all the time. It's just so weird that he's a friend, and he always comes on, but he's so reluctant. Like I'm like, Johnny, why don't you come on? Vinny's coming on. Yeah. I'm like, dude. I'm so like, there's such a thin line between persistence and annoyance when you're doing this shit.
Right.
And I don't like to there's some people that are aggressive. I don't have that aggressive nature in me, especially when I'm asking someone to do something for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's Kamal. I know Johnny's my guy. Clark Griswold said, "I'm not good at this. I should give it up."
I like the name.
And this guy's brutal. Your mouth moves a lot and words come out, but what you're saying, nothing. And yet, here you are every day listening to my nothing.
I told you, man. The haters they'll take you to the top.
So, wait, this guy's like, he makes a mockery of Jews. No, why? Because he created a character that sounded Jewish? Saul Rosenberg? I don't... They're going to jump on everything. And yet he's getting paid to be a Jew. The man's on one of the greatest cartoons ever. Maybe the greatest TV shows ever. He's getting paid to be a Jew. Don't be hating, Can we look at the guy's face? What? You're the biggest fans, just so you know. I hope you are fans. Obviously, if I put your hateful, awful comments up on this screen, I'm trying to. This is therapy for me, Danny. I'm trying to embrace the haters. Do you understand?
I don't even see the comments.
Yeah. Oh, you can't see the comments? Okay.
That's because I'm blind. I can see them.
Yeah,
I got you.
I don't know what it looks like on your end, but I got these people, but then I can't imagine because I have a mediator, Oscar Electric, pulling all the really hateful stuff out. So I don't even know what I'm missing.
Oh my God.
So Ryan is always here. You got my son Gary's hair, and it looks like bulbous. I don't know what. Yeah, this is great. Sue everybody. Apparently, that's what's going. There's a lot of suing going on in the Dabbleverse. I don't know if you know about this.
No.
One guy's suing this guy. The other guy's suing that guy. Dude, it's gone from sort of like fun back and forth on a YouTube channel to some really serious, awful things that are cutting into people's personal lives. And I don't know how it goes from a YouTube argument or a battle or a war to taking it to someone's family or taking it to someone's personal like life. There's some people that you may think that they deserve it, but I'm going to tell you, like, just keep it on the air. There's a lot of
agree.
awful negative shit going on. Outside this stupid YouTube world, this Dabbleverse, there's a lot of things going on, and these people are just like relentlessly trying to hurt each other. So I'm just gonna do my thing and just have an interview show that I had, for years, and just go back to that. And I appreciate anybody from the Dabbleverse that does join me, but I'm just gonna try to just do my thing. I didn't subscribe to this, but I'm here, and I appreciate everybody coming in. And I've made like a lot of good friends. I met a lot of nice people in the Dabbleverse. I know there's a lot of awful people, but we don't need them, do we, Danny?
No. Not at all, man.
So, and then everybody does everybody's show, and I'm more than glad to be a guest on anybody's show, as long as it's not a setup. But I haven't been set up. Every time I go on someone's show, it seems like they have a great time with me, and then the next day they're bashing me.
Well, you got to come on my show. I got a UFO guy coming on Friday.
Oh, I love UFO guys.
This guy wrote a book, man. Antonio Alves. He's from Portugal. He's been seeing UFOs since he's a kid. So he's coming on Friday. You got to come on one of these times.
Oh, I would love to do that. Because everybody's seen some weird shit at some point. Looking up at the sky, like, what the fuck is that? The merch was an old thing. That was when my show was actually genuinely popular. And I was selling merch, but I got to see if I can get that back up again. Jillian always has something awful to say. You met me and never knew it. LOL. You were really nice, Grilly, but you smelled like corn chips. What? I smell like the bottom of a dog's foot. What? So that just it reads that he's coming along nicely. Hold on, but thank you. Grillo is the new Dabbleverse, LOL. Cow and moo, and I'm loving it. Thank you, James. There's always some backhanded compliment, But the names I gotta read their names. So I don't even know what corn chips smell like. This is this is Angela commenting. So I guess Vinny's on Italian people time. I come when I want.
Hey, listen, we're not going to say anything to him. He's the boss.
Hey, let Hackwright help you. She's a good guy. I know he won't say. This is like, everybody says, oh, Shuli's going to fuck me over. Shuli's not. Shuli is like, Shuli had the original beef with Stuttering John, and this is they're going at it, who's suing who and everything. And Anthony Cumia is suing. So Shuli said he's going to have someone help me. He's helped me with stuff in the past. He's not going to fuck me over. And so I don't know I can't grasp what this is, but there's a thing called the locale. Being a locale means you have charismatic capabilities in the place. It's really not an insult. Just being here as an insult myself. Being here an insult myself. Thank you, Rev Rage. I appreciate everybody's awesome comments. But let me see what's going on with Vinny. I call him Uncle Vinny. He's such a really nice guy. He's rough. You got to be.
There he is.
Oh, there we go. Everybody, the one and only Mr. Vinny Pastore.
Let me see if this works for it. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, brother, man.
Hold on. Play some music.
Oh.
I had to come onto my other computer. So I got 3 people on here. We could do it this way, yeah.
Yeah, well, this is Danny Miner.
Nice
Danny Miner has become a really good friend, but Danny Miner is like he's got huge following on YouTube and TikTok, and he's like the next big thing. His videos are going like viral like every day.
Good for him. He's more famous than me. I'm not doing nothing right now.
Well, I could say and I don't mean this I mean this sincerely. If I had hair, I'd want it to look just like yours.
We lost him.
Yeah. He's got like the coolest head of hair. There we go. He's
I
back.
know.
All right,
Yeah.
start it all over.
Yeah.
Erase all that stuff. This is a
So
tape, right? Are we live?
we're live. So
Who gave
there's
you who gave you this job?
I was flown out to Vegas,
They
and
got a lot of balls giving you a job, man.
there's a thing called super tips that we're going to deal with where people can ask you questions. So we're going to see if we can get that up here. Hold on. Someone has a question. This is anonymous. Yeah, I am. I'm sorry. All right. Oh, we'll deal with that later. So, first of all, it's really good to see you. How are you, buddy?
But that's what I mean. I mean, don't you want to talk to me and ask me how I been before you put me on the phone with some stranger from Vegas? Probably some hooker. Knowing you, I don't need no
I was
hooker. That's how I was
explaining
in Vegas. I got in trouble.
I was explaining to Danny how you're one of the best acting coaches in the country.
I'm still doing that. Yeah,
Awesome.
I'm working on two projects right now with my students. Uh, this all started where they started doing films and short films and stuff, Stephen.
Yep.
So I'm working on two projects, and one is something I wrote. So it keeps me busy. But we haven't stepped out of Zoom yet. We've been doing Zoom.
So you're not even back in person. Is that something that you prefer, or do you like being?
Well, I don't know if I should talk about it because if I say something, then people could go viral with it. So all I'm going to say is I was out of commission for the summer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. You took a break. There's nothing wrong with that.
I
Yeah.
was I was sick, but I don't want to talk about it.
No, no, no. You don't have to do that. Well, I can tell you right now, you look fantastic.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Well, it's like I'm going to be 80 years old. I mean, how do you think I feel?
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And like some days I get out of bed and have a cup of coffee and a joint at 7 o'clock, and I'm in good shape all day long. And then some days I get up and I say, well, let's not smoke any pot. Let's do other things. Like today, I actually went down and did some working out in the basement and the garden, and then I smoked a joint.
Yeah, you got to switch it up. One of my favorite stories is that when the very first Sopranos con, you grabbed me and Jason and brought us out in the back. And I don't think Jason was actually Jason, who played Jackie Jr., who I get into the fight with in the pizzeria.
Yeah.
Wasn't ready for the level of marijuana that you had. Yeah, because you were great. You were like, you too, with me now, outside.
Yeah.
And
Well,
we came
it's
back, and that's when we.
we live in a different time now. I go down the corner to a dispensary and I say, give me a bunch of pre rolls for the week. I mean, it's a whole different time when I was coming down from Providence, Rhode Island, Provincetown, smuggling fucking bales of pot down in New York in the 70s, and we were selling them in the clubs. It's a whole different time now.
It's so weird to be able to go down the block and just get whatever you want. It's like,
What do you do? You go into the store and you got to show your ID and you buy whatever you want.
yeah, I would. If you would have told little me that this would ever happen in the future when I was an adult, I would have never believed it whatsoever. Because the amount, well, you would know the amount of lengths you had to go to get weed as a kid was like crazy. I remember.
Not me. I ran clubs. They came in and give it to me.
Yeah. Well, one time when I was working at K Rock, I was driving the K Rock van, and I had to go. I had to pick up some weed. It was like Memorial Day weekend, and there was this one place in Harlem that was just a Fugazi storefront, and you had to put the money in, and then they gave you the weed. So I parked the K Rock van like 4 blocks away because I didn't want to see anybody see me get out of the K Rock van to go buy the weed. And then I'm buying the weed, and all of a sudden I feel like 4 people behind me. I go, "Oh man, I'm gonna get rolled." And I turned around, it was 4 white kids more scared than I was.
Did they steal your truck?
No, I had to park it like a couple
Well,
blocks
we don't
away.
have to do that stuff anymore.
No, dude. Yeah, we had to.
We don't have to do that stuff. It's a whole different ball game, Uh, the forefathers of all of this is guys like Cheech and Chong and George Carlin, all these guys who incorporated, even Chris Rock incorporated marijuana into the shows, and then it got a little easier. Now it's like,
Well, the president just signed something that
no,
eased up some
he ought to,
restrictions.
no, he don't know nothing about drugs. He legalized LSD.
Oh, okay. Well, for medical purposes.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
legalized like something like an LSD drug. It's hallucinogenic for certain people. I don't want it. I don't need it. Maybe you need it, Stephen.
I'll find out.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't take that. And the other guy, what's the other guy? Kennedy. Because I'm diabetic, and he's telling me, or he's telling everybody not to take gabapentin. He says, don't take gabapentin. It doesn't help your neuropathy. He says, drink a teaspoon of honey. Well, buddy, a teaspoon of honey's got a lot of calories, so you're either going to get fat or you're going to die from diabetes.
Well, if you're gonna die, diabetes.
So I'm pulling away from taking a lot of meds because I was really taking a lot of meds when I was sick all summer and blah, blah, blah. You want to know what happened? You want me to tell you what happened?
Yeah, go ahead.
I couldn't walk. I had to go to rehab.
Wow. My mom's got neuropathy really bad. She can't walk, so I understand what you're going through.
Yeah. They don't know what happened to me. Your mother goes to where? She goes to where in rehab?
Oh, it's somewhere down in Florida. I don't even know where they live.
All right.
They
You got to go to rehab. She goes to rehab?
Yeah, she was in rehab all summer.
Me too.
Yeah, down in Florida? No, I'm not going to give out your location. Daddy, I just remembered where he lives now.
Hey, when you think about it, when I was downstairs working out, when I was in rehab, I couldn't even get in a wheelchair. I used to have to ask them to help me go to the bathroom. It was embarrassing, man.
Yeah.
And you feel old. So then I come home and I said, okay, what do you want to do now? And I'm glad I'm talking to you about this because I let everybody know. I don't want to do nothing right now.
Yeah. And you know what? You weren't.
If you say, Vinny, you want to do my podcast, you asked me the other day, of course, that's you. The guys down at school, you want to do a short film, that's different. But when I get a phone call saying, you have to audition for this movie, they want you to audition for a Don who speaks Italian. I says, audition? What are you talking about, audition? They either want me or they don't want me. They said, well, you have to speak Italian. I said, well, I don't speak Italian. So if they want me to do the role, I'm speaking Brooklynese.
Yeah.
So they said, so you're not going to audition? I'm going to say, I have to go down in the studio and audition. No, you go on Zoom. I says, I pass. So then,
but your status.
No, but you know what? But then I'm waiting. I'm going to talk to you. I'm waiting for me to get a call from Nick Cage. He's doing Gambino.
Oh, wow.
He's playing Gambino. He's playing Carlo.
Well, he is a Coppola.
I know he's a Coppola, and I'm good friends with his aunt, Talia.
So I love it. People don't know this that
He knows our work. Let me tell you something. Nick Cage knows all of The Sopranos. Don't tell me he didn't watch The Sopranos.
Well, I just don't. I'm not sure if a lot of people know that his real last name is Coppola, and he decided he didn't want his uncle he didn't want to get entangled with his uncle's name, so he changed it.
Right, but his brother is a DJ.
I work with him, so that.
Who did? You did? What was his name?
Nick. I worked with Mark Coppola for years, and he's a sweetheart, and they both look alike. But Mark decided he wanted to keep the name, but he didn't want to be in film. He wanted to be in radio. And he became successful in radio, but realized that radio doesn't pay like the movies. And then when he tried to get back, Uncle Francis said,
let me tell you something. Nick Cage is such a great actor. If his name was Coppola, if his name was Brajol, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
As long as it's not Rock Hudson.
So Mark Coppola was, I walk into the studio, he was doing the overnights, and he had this big bandage on his lip. And I go, what happened to you, man? He goes, I was babysitting my friend's iguana, and I have to feed it this medicine, and it leaped, and it grabbed my lip, and it ripped his lip off, almost his face. And I go, dude, you're a DJ. How could you almost? So now Cut to about like 2 months later, I was at the China Club and Nicholas was there, and I go, "Yo, Nick, I'm friends with your brother,
Which China Club? The one uptown or the one in the 40s?
the Fugazi one."
The one downtown?
Yeah, the one on the 46th Street.
Yeah, that was the Fugazi one.
Yeah. So,
That
but
was when they
so,
moved downtown. It was a whole I
yeah,
know 'cause I was in the club business back then.
yeah. So,
I was
but how long have you been acting? Because we looked at your IMDb before, and it was
I
like
started
extensive.
acting professionally in 1989. I did a movie called The Black Roses, one day work, and then I got the bug, and then I did True Love with Annabella and Aida, and then I started doing little spots in the bigger movies. I did some Law and Orders. I did America's Most Wanted. Yeah, but then my break wasn't until I did Jerky Boys. That was my break.
We were just talking
We're
about
just
that.
talking. Yeah.
A lot of people
Johnny
thought that was my
got in
break.
and said hello, and I was just talking to him yesterday. I was
Who
going to
said
see,
hello?
yeah. So the big break was Jerky Boys, but
That was my break.
but what about Goodfellas? Wasn't a break?
No, Goodfellas, all I was doing was pushing a coat rack. No, Jerky Boys was my break. I was working with Alan Arkin.
Okay, yeah, no, because you were definitely we were talking about that before you came on, and
It was
it was
great, great
so
movie.
then you weren't originally supposed to be Big Pussy on The Sopranos, is that correct?
No, who told you that? They gave it to me the second day after I auditioned. They called me up.
Really? Okay.
I didn't
So
even have a callback. What are you talking about?
I'm making conversation.
No, no. What happened is that I went in with Sirico and Dominic at the same time because Georgiana Walken called us in from HBO from the Gotti movie. She said, "Oh, David," and David said, "Oh, I never saw the movie." But anyway, we went in and we were all reading. We were going back and forth. I just constantly kept reading Big Pussy's role, but Sirico was reading a few other roles, and so was Dominic. Dominic read Big Pussy, and then he read Uncle Junior. We all wind up getting work out of that, or that audition. Me and Sirico and Dominic, and it was the beginning. And it was like, who knew what we're gonna? We had a job. That's it. We had a job.
Yeah, no, and what a job.
Yes.
Yeah, but you don't know that.
Yeah, I know. So, well, Robert Eiler. You remember I was his stand-in, and believe it or not, my best friend worked with his father, and my best friend called me up one day and he goes, "You're not going to believe this, but my boss's son just got this part in this new HBO series. It's going to be like Goodfellas, but like on HBO." And I go to my friend, I swear to God, and he go, "Yeah, like that's going to work." And then all of a sudden, a year later, I'm standing in for Robert, and a year after that, I get the part.
Were you on the set the day I shot the scene with Robert when I went into the room and he was crying and I told all about how good his father was? His father used to come and see my sister when she was dying.
Was that the end of the first season?
I was the Godfather. It was season 2 around in the middle because they were giving me a lot of work. It was around in the middle.
Then I had to be there because I don't specifically remember that day because they
I
all
was
sort of.
standing with you if you didn't. They didn't use you.
Well, no, they could have been a day that I had something else to do. They were very lenient if you had another gig.
When did you work on the set? When did you work on the set?
I started as a PA
After,
at the
after
end.
I was dead? After I was
The first day I
Oh,
worked on was
Danny, Grillo, let Danny get a word in.
Thank you. Listen, I do have a question for you. I'm an old man. I'm at 57 years old to
You ain't
start
as old
acting,
as
but I'm
me,
pursuing
buddy.
an acting thing now. Am I too old for this?
No, I started at 41 years old.
Oh, okay, good, good, good. I just had an audition the other day,
I
and they
had
had me
guys.
audition through
I had
Zoom.
when I teach down at HB. I also do Zoom, but I like in person much better. But I have guys. They turn. I say, "Hi, what's your name?" And you guys in the 50s and 60s. My name is Kenny. There, blah 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 blah. Okay, so tell me about yourself. Well, I quit acting for, but I figured you're teaching, and they learned. They fucking learned, man.
Yeah,
You could. There is never an age was you could be 80 years old, and they'll ask you to. I mean,
yeah,
that woman who played in the Titanic, the old lady. What did she ever do before that?
that's true. You're right. The one with the necklace. You're exactly right.
What
Yep.
did she do before that? See,
Yeah.
but I don't understand. See, Mr. Grillo, you out in Vegas now?
Yeah, I was brought out here for a.
Where are you living at?
I've been well. You know what? I'll tell you off the air because the people on
Oh,
here
okay.
like to find out where you
You're living in
live
the alleyway.
and they like to show up at your house.
CSI narcotics show. Okay.
Just say that Vegas in general. So here's the deal: that there's this thing that's called the Dabbleverse, and it has like a bunch of people that all basically hate involved. Just by me having my Howard Stern background, and I started my show back up again. I am now an honorary member of the Dabbleverse, and they can be some of them are really, really nice, and they like to break balls and come on, and other people
You
are.
want me to do that now?
What's that?
You
I
want me
need
to
your
do that now
protection.
with people now? What if they ask me things like, "Did you vote for Donald Trump?" and stuff like that? I don't want to tell people my business.
So,
All right, let's do it. I don't care because if I don't want to answer, I'm going to say what I say in court. I refuse to answer in grounds that may incriminate me.
There you go.
Come on.
yeah. So,
Go get the
it's
first
it's it's
contestant.
it's a crazy world we live in. They dox everybody's numbers and shit like that, and all of a sudden, people are showing up at your doorstep. So, listen, this is the new world we live in. No matter if I did this with the Dabbleverse, it could happen anywhere else anyway. So,
What are you talking about? Dabbleverse. I mean, what is Dabbleverse? What are you
it is
thinking
it,
about?
it is.
Dabbleverse is like people who get robbed.
Well, they're not robbing everybody. They're robbing people of their dignity. That's what they're doing.
I don't know what you're talking about. I think you're going to talk to me about Gravesend, Sopranos.
Dude, I can't wait to talk about
I don't
Gravesend.
know. You're talking to me about Dabbleheads.
You asked me where I was living. I can't really
You
say.
can't. You can listen. I don't want to talk about it on the phone, but we have people out there. When we get off the air, I'll tell you who to look up.
All right. You and Steve Schripp have been very protective about me out here. So Steve was very nice. He found out where I was living originally, and he flipped his switch because he knew exactly where it was, and it was a really bad neighborhood. And he forced me to get another place. He's like, "Get out of there, bro. It's gang related shit. You're gonna get." And sure enough, they murdered somebody one night. There were people breaking into apartments left and right. So I got out of there, and I'm in a much nicer neighborhood.
Well, and this is your only job right now?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I'm looking. I'm about to start. I'm looking into getting some grip and stagehand work out here as well. But because I just love being a grip. I love being a grip, bro.
Well, Vegas is going to take off now. That Mark got his company out there now. Mark Wahlberg's got his company out there. Vegas is going to don't go nowhere. Stay there. That's why I said I'm going to come see you. I'll see you. No, I will before I'm dead. I will see you before you'll see me. All you got to do is listen. You and Danny, why don't you put a show together and Vinny Pastore meet and greet?
I think that's a great fucking idea. I got to tell you.
Yes.
Right. And I know some of you musicians we could put together out there, Eric Walters like that, or you just play records. You could do a nice thing. Meet and greet Vinny Pastore, dinner. Then you know what? I don't want to talk business. Because I don't want. They're charging good money. These guys are getting good money.
Yeah.
For the dinners.
So
big concerts are hard to sell out. They are. It was tough, 1,300 people. But if you say Vinny Pastore and the Gangster Squad, Vinny Pastore, Bobby Finaro and the Gangster Squad, Vinny Pastore and Jason Sabone and the Gangster Squad, you're meeting two sopranos and you're watching a great band. And we're not going to charge you a lot of money, but I need the casino, so book me Mr. Grillo and take 10 points.
I have people.
Hey, Danny, it's got to make some money.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm ready to go.
I don't know why you need money too.
Oh, I always need money.
Well, I'm not asking you to book the band and take 10 points. I'm asking Mr. Grillo.
I have a place to book the band. I have two places.
Danny, you can be the bodyguard.
All right, that sounds good.
Well, he's a former police officer. He's done. He's worked with the CIA as well.
Well, why are you talking about drugs if you got a cop on your show?
Where do you think I get my drugs from?
Oh, come on. Now you're making them look real bad. And you got to remember something. Whatever you say on a podcast, I mean, everybody's learning their lesson. Everybody. Especially fucking, what's his name? Jimmy Kimmel.
Yes.
He's getting married.
We had that discussion before.
I like him a lot, but he's getting married. He's getting out of hand. You
Yeah.
know,
Well, we had that discussion where, we do have the right to say whatever you want, but, at the same time, what?
I'd rather turn on what's his name, Fallon, Jimmy Fallon, and laugh all night long with that silly ass dancing around and all those hot girls that comes on. I can't watch Kimmel no more. As soon as his monologue is about, well, he had dinner with the king today. I wonder if he's going to start fighting the Ireland tomorrow. Whatever. It's like, let me smoke a joint and not. I didn't have to deal with that shit when I was growing up.
Did you ever
Everybody
go on Jimmy
said,
Kimmel?
I was supposed to do an appearance with me and Steve Baldwin when we were doing The Apprentice for Donald, and they flew Steven out, and I was doing a meet and greet in Denver, and I missed my plane.
Oh, so you didn't make it out there.
I missed my plane in Denver.
What's your take on the big Donald? You know him personally.
I'm not talking bad about the man. I worked
Yeah,
for him.
cool. That's I
You know,
appreciate
when I
that.
did The Apprentice, you're the manager of the episodes or whatever, and if you win money for your charity, and I won um, as the best guy in the group. I forgot what it was. He gave me a check for $50,000 on TV to my ex-wife for her charity
Awesome.
on television. She
Yeah,
didn't know that. She said, "What am I doing down here? What's the cameras doing here?" I said, "Here, it's from Donald." So that's the Donald Trump I know. I don't know nothing about him. I know Chucky Zito and him are very close, and me and Chucky close. And I tell you, he's a good man. I ain't talking nothing bad about Donald Trump.
good. I
Awesome.
appreciate that. Yeah, no, and Chuck is also a very good man. Chuck's always been good to me, man. I don't
He,
know. I don't
he
know
should
why, but
make
he likes me.
Donald should make Chuck Zito sergeant at arms and get rid of that
Oh,
other
yeah, he
guy.
should.
And get
Oh,
rid of the other guy.
well, let's talk about Gravesend and the success and Willie DeMayo. Talk about resilient. Willie DeMayo just refuses to quit. And now he's got the success of Gravesend. Finally, I'm so happy for everybody involved in that because this was, they all used to hang out at Brunelli's.
I know. I remember.
Yeah.
Mike Starr, we were all there. You remember?
Mike Starr, I was gonna try to see if he can come on, but I think he just shot a really big commercial outside the
All right,
country.
for next week. What do you mean? You can't even put everybody all in the first show.
Oh no, I just thought it'd be nice to say hello. But
Right. But no, Gravesend, God bless Willie. I went on board in season two. I in season one, I shot an episode down in Florida, but then Willie says, "I'm not using you as that character," and he gave that character. He reshot it again. He gave it to William Forsythe, the guy who was running Florida. He said, "I want you and Chaz's crew." I said, "Chaz is coming on, so we're going into season two." He said, "Yeah, I want you to play as consigliere." I said, "Good, so I ain't playing a fucking rat." He said, "No, you're not."
yeah.
I said, "Because I'm tired of playing fucking rats." I mean,
No shit.
come on, I'm a little intelligent here.
Well, at least you're not playing a gay guy.
A what?
You're not playing a gay guy.
Well, I don't think we should talk about that stuff. I'm going to
Oh,
end up like fucking
no, I'm
Jimmy.
just saying that Johnny Cakes, he had to play that role. I'm sure that wasn't easy for him.
Who?
We're talking about Joe when he was the
What do you
first
mean? It
gay
wasn't
mafia
easy?
guy.
He's the one who created the character. What are you talking
Did he really?
Wow.
about? He was
Well,
doing bullshit. His character was doing bullshit.
Yeah.
and he
And then
became Johnny Cakes.
he went to David Chase and he said, "Make him gay." And
Wow.
they went for it. You know, we were doing the show with Sopranos, me and Sharippa and Michael. And Michael goes, we're down in the dressing room. He said, "This is Finn." And I'm looking at the guys. Hi. He said, Michael said, "You don't remember Finn?" I says, "Huh?" He said, "He was on the show." I said, "Well, that was 25 years ago. Because this guy's a man now." And
Oh yeah.
Finn is the guy who Joey Scaniscola's character was given a head job to in the car.
Okay.
Yeah.
And who
Yeah.
caught
That
him?
was, that was Meadows' boyfriend, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yes.
who caught him? Sirico?
Yeah. No, but no. Finn caught Joey getting giving head in the
Oh,
car.
that's what it was.
Yeah.
That's right.
And then he had to go tell the crew that he caught him doing it, and then all hell broke loose.
let me ask you. This goes for you, Danny.
All right.
I'm going to ask you first. When did you first watch? Let's talk about Sopranos. When did you first watch Sopranos? When it first came out?
You know what? I think it was probably a year in before I heard about the hype about it. And of course, I'm Italian, so I love all the
Yeah.
movies.
So
So
you
that's when
caught
I
up on
started watching it.
season. You caught up on season 2 or 3.
I watched every season. It was awesome.
So you saw me die.
I saw you die. And that was a question I was going to ask for you. When you hear that your character is going to be gone, it's got to be an awful feeling, right?
Yeah, well, but they tell me that 2 years in advance.
Oh, okay. So you knew 2 years in advance.
Yeah, I know it was coming, but I just didn't know when.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
I didn't know
That was
when.
an awesome scene, though. I'm
But
telling you, that was a great
David
scene.
called me between season 1 and season 2. He said, "Vinny, I'm really writing it strong for you. You're a rat, and you're gonna die." I said,
Yeah.
"Let's do it." Because when you gotta say it, it's like this. Let's do it. You don't
Right.
know if the show is gonna be it. You don't know if people are gonna like it. Let's
Right.
do it.
Yeah.
Well, at least they didn't stuff a rat in your mouth like Joe Bonaluke.
Well, I did a horror movie called Sleepaway Camp, and I got eaten by rats in a cage. They put a cage over my head and threw rats in it.
Oh my God.
It was Return to Sleepaway Camp 5 or something like that. It was me and Isaac Hayes.
Oh, wow.
Isaac Hayes, really?
I love Isaac. I did 3 movies with Isaac.
God rest his soul.
I used to go on his show, Grillo.
Oh,
We were up near Baldwin, New York. We crossed over. We were in Pennsylvania, and we were at a real hunting camp. That's where me and Isaac was living, and he was not born again. What Tom Cruise was it? What do you call it?
Scientology.
yes.
Scientologist. So we would sit down every morning, have coffee before we go to work. And he used to say to me, "So Vinny, why don't you become a Scientologist like me?" I said, "I don't want to be a Scientologist." He said, "Let me tell you something. Before I became a Scientologist, I had all these women chasing me for my money, and I don't worry about it no more." They take all my money and they give me a budget to live on. I'm happier that way. I said, "Well, I don't have to."
Fuck no.
Isaac was great. So we're shooting a scene, and all the lights go out. Lenny Vento was with us there also, and all the lights went out, and all I could see was Isaac's eyes. Right, it was dark, and he says to me, and I can see him talking. He says, "You motherfucker, I'm only up here because of you, and there's no heat, and there's no lights. What kind of a movie is this?"
Oh yeah. So what did you know that he had a problem with South Park and that he left? Like, were you aware before it happened, or you just heard that it happened?
I didn't know he left. Why did he leave?
Oh, it just he just thought it was just not the right thing anymore.
Oh, all right.
And
Well, he did some good
Harris-
movies. He did that movie, It Could Happen to You, with Nick Cage, and Bridget Fonda, where he won the money. Rosie Perez. I was in that. He was the narrator. I did a movie with him called Six Ways to Sunday. It really didn't go nowhere, but he played a killer in that. Um, he worked. He wanted to work, but he was a singer, man. He a hot-butted soul.
Yeah. How much for one rib?
Man, that was Isaac. Walk On By, when Walk On By came
Yeah.
out, that was before your time. And it was the extended version of what Dionne Warwick was making. She did the song in 2 minutes and 48 seconds. And he did Walk On By for 10 minutes and 48 seconds. It just went on and on. And people were just sitting back and in the house and sipping wine, drinking smoking a weed, and listening to Isaac Hayes walking on by, making love.
You
Those
never
are
really
good days.
talked about your relationship with Louis Lombardi, who played your FBI agent.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was really out there that you guys are related.
I'm not related to him, but
I
he
guess
used to
you guys
come.
were related. Maybe
No. Louis' grandfather was Gigi.
yeah. I love. Oh my God, Gigi the Whale was one of my favorite people. He was.
Yeah.
If
That was
anybody knows,
Louis' grandfather.
he did his time for keeping his mouth shut. He wasn't a rat.
No.
And Gigi would hang out at Brunelli's. And you mentioned that on Shark Tales.
Yeah, because what happened is they gave me the character of Gigi the Whale, and then they thought it was too violent because Gigi the Whale got eaten by the shrimps. Say hello to my little friend. They got it. So they said you're gonna come back as the octopus, and I said, well, it was Kevin somebody else's job. And they still worry about it. We're buying them out and we give it to you. And they gave me Luca. I just sent an autograph to some kid. I don't know who it was. Dear Mr. Pastore, I loved you as Luca. And I sent him a picture. What am I? You think I'm a nasty old man? I don't send the pictures out.
That's great. Not many people do that, but
You have to come.
the funny thing is that the owner of Brunelli's, Russ, loves to watch the commentaries on everything that he does, and it was like late night. He worked all day, and he was watching the commentaries, and he almost spit his drink out because you gave him a shout out on the commentaries of Shark Tales, and he was like, "Oh my fucking god!"
Oh, I don't remember. Yeah,
Yeah, you said
was
Gigi.
that was good. That was good. But anyway, all right.
Yeah.
So, Dan, he asked me some questions. He's sitting there smoking.
Oh yeah, Danny, you're up.
Danny looks like he just did the wrestling movie. What's his name? The Rock.
Oh,
Yeah, if you shaved, you could be his stand-in.
there you go. There you go. I heard the guy Negan from The Walking Dead. I get that a lot too. I forget his name. Negan's real name.
Dead, huh? Okay, let's go. Let's wrap this up, man. I gotta go. Wrap this
Yeah,
up.
there we go. That you wrap it up. Well, yeah, when you're on Gravesend, you can check out Gravesend. Where can we watch it?
Listen. Here's what I got to do tonight. You know what I got to do tonight? Continue watching the Yankees and take the garbage out. Leave me alone. I got a doctor's appointment tomorrow morning. Early. I don't like to go to fucking doctors.
No, it's never good news, right?
No, why go to my father used to say, why go to doctors? You're just gonna tell you you're sick.
That's true.
It is.
Yes.
If you don't want to be told you're sick, stay home and get better.
Vinny, what are we plugging here? We got Gravesend. Are you taking on new students?
My band's going on the road. I'm not out in Vegas. Maybe you could bring me out with my band.
I have someone that would love to meet you that has venues. So if you need a venue out in Vegas, I got some big connections out here. Seriously.
Well, I'm playing Sea Grape in Fairfield, Connecticut. It's a college bar, and we're shooting my movie there. Hopefully, if I get the money together. So it's a night where the band's going to play. And we're looking for extras from the college kids. That'd be a lot of fun.
Okay.
Then I'm doing Daryl's house on my birthday up in Florida.
Really?
80th birthday. Then I'm doing the Cutting Room in New York City, and then I'm doing the Wonder Bar for November, for Veterans Day. And that's it. You go. The guys go like this. We're not working on them. I said, yeah, but look by the way.
Yeah.
Well, I got some venues out here. I'll make phone calls as soon as we get off.
Come on.
I got you. So, and then are you accepting any acting students?
Do what?
Because you're still doing your acting coaching, right?
Well, I don't go down to the city no more. You mean
Well,
on Zoom?
you're zooming it, right?
No, what I'm doing on Zoom is I'm working on projects.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not teaching anymore.
So, but I will work on getting you some.
Why did you
gigs out
ask me
here.
that?
What's that?
Why, you want me to teach you to be an actor on Zoom?
No, it's got to be in person.
What the fuck you asked me about Zoom for?
This is why I love you, Uncle Vinny.
What the hell? So you don't want to work on Zoom with me?
No, it's a story. I can't win no matter what.
What you should do is, I'm on a serious level, that I should invite you to one of my rehearsals on Zoom, and then after that, me and the director and the actors are going to say, so Stephen, what do you think? You want to do that?
Sure enough, 100%.
Yeah, they're only 20-minute pieces. One is a thing called The Last Gig. It's about these two wise guys going on their last hit. And then we're filming that. We're filming that up here in City Island and Arthur Avenue. And the other thing is the play I wrote, Mama's Chair. Mama's Chair. You see it?
Yeah.
No. Mama's Chair. I wrote this, and I did it in the city with Artie Pasquale. But now I want to play the old man.
There you go.
Well, I have an anonymous question here. Just one. The person wants to know if Chase had asked you to play a gay guy for the show, like Joe Gatiscali, would you have done it,
I
full
was
on
already
gay
playing. I
sex
was already
scenes.
playing. No, I was already playing pussy. How much gay can you be?
Yeah, okay. There's your answer, Anonymous. Thank you very much. So, but yo, thank you so much for coming on, and I'm gonna call you
Actually,
later.
the
I'm gonna
truth of the
introduce you
matter
to.
is, when I realized when we got the auditions, it did not say big pussy. It said,
Oh, they didn't.
and then when we got the part of the reading, I was, this is big pussy stuff, and that's when Jimmy started saying,
Oh,
I'm calling him puss." He never called me pussy. The only time he called me pussy is when he freaked out my pussy when it was supposed to be like a joke. But when
oh.
he would greet me, he would say, "Hey, puss, what's up? How you feeling, puss?" That's the way he greet me. He didn't want to say pussy.
What'd you think of? What'd you think of the Saints of Newark and the person that played you?
Oh, I know that kid. He's from Hawaii.
Yeah,
But what I don't understand, he's a good actor, but why didn't they get an Italian kid from the Bronx to play me? Why did they get a guy from Hawaii? I don't understand.
I think that's a laundry list of all wrong things that happened with the
What
Saints of
they do
Newark.
is they say let's be politically correct and share these roles around, but you know, like, come on,
Yeah, it's crazy.
you
Well,
know, it is what it is, man.
yeah, the same trip.
It is what it is. I grew up in New Rochelle, New York. My brothers played football on the same team with Richie Roundtree. Um, I grew up with Ozzie Davis's kid, Guy Davis. He sang in my club, Ozzie Ruby's kid. We grew up in an integrated neighborhood. So when all this shit was going on all over, and down in Selma and everything, we were untouchable. We didn't. We played football together, and I carried that through to now. And when I see all this insanity going on, I just say, I don't even want to put the fucking news on no more. I'd rather talk to you two fucking birdheads.
Good.
So let me know when you want to talk to me. You know what I think would be a good idea, Mr. Grillo?
What's that?
Listen to me. You should get me to go out there.
Yeah, let's do that.
I'm on it like a bum on a sandwich, bro.
Let's do
Trust
it.
me.
I want to meet you.
We
We'll have
can
a
do a
meet and
nice
greet.
easy show. I don't want to talk business because I don't want everybody hearing this. We do a nice easy meet and greet comedies, dinner, blah blah blah. I'll hire a trio up there. I'll sing with the guys. I sing. You want to hear me sing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Want to hear me sing?
Yes.
$20.
Super tip.
We'll
Twenty
Venmo you.
dollars. Vinny will sing for you.
$20. I sing, and when I sing with the Gangster Squad, I sing On Broadway, Stormy Monday, Sit Right Down, Write Yourself a Letter, Where or When, Gloria, Kansas City. How many songs is that? Six? Six? No, I got 9 month songs. What are you talking about? I got 9 songs. And then I got the other guys. I got Killer Joe and Tommy Buddha and sometimes Eddie singing. So and Frankie Bazin. We got plenty of singers.
Well,
Yeah, but if I
I
went
have
to Vegas, I would hire Eric Walters.
I
And I
have
hope
two.
he's watching your show.
I,
Eric is from my club, but he's a big musician out in Vegas.
I have two venues that I could try to hook you up with.
We
So
got
I'll
Eric
be doing
Walters
it.
to put the band together. And then you don't
Getting
have
the
to pay
band back
for
together, brother.
and you don't have to pay for a hotel room.
Who do you still stay? Who do you still stay in touch with most out of the cast? Because like, me being a stand-in and only there for 3 seasons, I'm still in touch with a lot of people like Jeff Marchetti and Louis Petraglia. Like all
Yeah.
people, like we all became it was such a tight family. When I did Robert Eiler and Jamie Lynn Singler's show, Robert Eiler asked me, what was it like stepping on a successful TV show for the first time? And I had to think about it for a second. Then I felt like I was back home because the entire crew of The Sopranos was the same crew from Private Parts. So when I walked on set for the first time, I knew
Oh, the
everybody
crew?
from the gaffer to the DP to
Yeah.
to the everybody. I knew the camera
Well,
operators were all the
next
same
time you
people.
go on a TV show, see if they can give you an acting role instead of being a goddamn double.
Well, I was the only stand-in that got a role. How about that?
What you had a role?
I get into a fight with Jackie Jr. in the pizzeria.
What was your name?
I was just pizza patron
Oh, you got in a fight with him? Why'd you have a fight with him?
because he bumped into me. It was when Christopher first got made, and
Why
Jackie
don't you have
Jr. was
Jackie on the
really
show?
fucking pissed off.
Why don't you have Jackie on the show?
I would love to have it. He's a sweetheart.
So have him on, Jason.
Yeah, Jason. No,
He's running around. He's running around doing all those shows with those
I
guys.
know. Well, I'm building an audience, and now I have an audience, so I'm going to ask Jason to come on because it would be kind of funny.
No, you should have Jason on. The more guys you have from then, all of a sudden you're gonna wind up. You know who you should have on?
Who's that?
Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If you're friends with Matthew, hook me up. Because I've been a fan of his since Days of
Matthew to come
Confused.
on and talk about his poetry, and talk about his books, and maybe mention his movies. He would come on.
I would have. He's one of my
Maybe we have to
favorites.
read his poetry book. I read it once a week.
All right, all right, all right.
That's not his poetry.
Have you ever seen Between Two Ferns where he's on and he goes, all right, all right, all right. Those are reviews for your past 3 movies.
You know, I've been watching a lot of TVs because I'm coming out of being sick and not going out a lot. So I watched Interstellar finally.
Oh, that's really, really good.
Very good.
I didn't realize that Timothy, what's his name? The guy who got a ping pong movie got nominated, Chalamet.
Oh, yeah, I don't know that guy.
Yes, you do. He played Bob Dylan in the movie Bob Dylan.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
All right, all right.
He plays Matthew's son. And what happens in the movie Interstellar, he gets in a rocket ship with Anne Hathaway, that actress, and they go away. And Michael Caine says, "You're going to come back," but Michael Caine lied to them. You ain't never coming back. You're always going to stay your age, but your kids are going to get older. So he's zooming in on his kids, and then you see him. He's zooming in on the kid. First, it's Timothy Chalamet. Then it was Affleck. Not Ben, the other one. Affleck.
Casey.
Yeah. Then he played the son, and then later on, I think Brad Pitt showed up. I was going like, yeah, everybody's doing it, but it was a good movie.
It was.
And, give me a cameo, man. Give me something.
Throw your bone. Come on, let's go.
All right, I gotta go. I gotta go out there and hustle, man. Danny, it was wonderful talking to you.
You too, Vincent.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you something. How much time did I take up?
You took up a good almost an hour.
Oh, that means you don't see me for another 2 weeks.
I'm glad you're feeling better, brother. That means that, prayers do work.
Not too well. I don't want to talk about it. I love you guys. Thank you for having me on, Mr. Grillo and Danny Boy. All right.
Hope to see you in Vegas soon.
No, I can come out there.
Yeah.
I need a job. Let somebody pay for my plane. Give me a hotel room and give me a commission. Give me one night's work, and then listen. I don't want to drop names because you're still taping this, but I have contacts out there.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, we'll talk. I'll give you a shout later.
They wanted me to do something out there, me and Drea, at a particular venue. And if I want to go back, all I got to do is call them and say I'm ready to do it again.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that.
And then I'm in town, and then I do your podcast live.
Live in the studio, baby.
Okay.
All right, sounds
man.
good.
See you later, Danny. Goodbye, guys. I love you.
Nice meeting you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
So there's no people are saying read my super tips. There's one anonymous that and then where is minor on the show Soprano? Why is there a minor on the show? Sopranos #1 from Tommy Jordan. Thank you very much. That
was fun, brother.
Yeah. Now back to the reality. Tommy Jordan, thank you. This very much. Why is there a minor on the show? Get it, minor. Under 18.
Yeah, I get it.
Thanks. Tommy Jordan, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm running this all this shit by myself. So, but yeah, no. Like I said before, it was such an awesome place and time to be on The Sopranos because everybody really just bonded over the success, and you became lifelong friends. Imperioli is always so good to me when I see him. I've hung out with him outside the show. and he's like and Sharippa, another awesome person. Jamie Lynn, and but to be a part of like one of the greatest TV shows, like sort of like like if you go back and you see some of the classic shows, just say like that never die, like a Brady Bunch, but you can't compare them to the Brady Bunch. Just a classic show like Breaking
Yeah.
Bad, like those people you bond over the 12 to 16 hour days that you have. They become your family, your life, and just perfect example of Vinny. He's just a great person and just
He
always
is,
there.
man. He's a good, you could tell he has a good heart. He's a good person, man. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for
So,
letting me meet him, man. It was great, or
yeah,
talking to
well,
him at least.
I'm gonna make sure he follows you because he's gonna be like, oh shit, this kid's not kidding around.
Yeah, make sure he follows me. And it'd be great to get him here. I think he's serious about that Grillo.
Oh no, he is. When I
I
spoke
think
to him
he's
the other when I
serious.
spoke to
I'll
him
help
the
you
other
run
day, I
it.
was
Let's
like,
do it.
no, but just really good people, and just, like you see the way he talks. He's like, I want you call me Uncle Vinny from now on. I'm like, wow, that's pretty fucking. Mike's bar, yes, Michael Imperioli has a bar on the Upper West Side. It's a little tiny piano bar. I went up there. I saw his brother. I didn't see him. He wasn't there that night. But Michael Imperioli, like just whenever he sees me, he's just like, he just gave me a big hug and shit like that. He used to have a bar on 19th Street and like 7th Avenue that wasn't too far from where I lived, and I used to stay. Used to hang out at his bar. He used to, around 6, 5 o'clock in the morning, shut the door, close the lock, and it was funny. One night it wasn't after hours, but one night I was there. No, actually the door was locked. It wasn't like 6 in the morning, but it was like, okay, time to close the door. And someone pounds on the door, and the guy had the hoodie on. He couldn't see what it was. He's like, please, man, please. She threw me out again. And Michael Berry was like, bro, I'm not letting you back in. The last time you were in here, you caused a big fucking scene. I can't have that. And he goes, dude, she just threw me out. I don't know where. I don't have any place to go right now. Just let me dry off. It was raining. And I couldn't see. I had the hoodie on. And he goes, I'll just sit in the corner. I won't talk to anybody. I won't start any shit. And he comes out and turns off and he flips the hood back and it's fucking Ethan Hawke.
Oh, okay.
Uma Thurman threw him out of the house. So he came to Michael Imperioli's bar to hide. Like, he had no place to go. And it was
Oh,
raining.
man.
So I was like, Mike, is that Ethan Hawke? He goes, yeah, don't bother him. I don't want to bother him. He goes, no, he's a problem. I guess he might have roughed up the place like the last time he was there. But it's just kind of I just blessed in the sense that these people like will talk to me.
Yes.
So all right, let's go do something fun. We got it's 2 o'clock in Vegas, and we got the world in front of us.
Let's go get something to eat, brother.
Yeah, well, Mr. Imperioli is from Mount Vernon, New York. I know that because one morning after we shot on Friday, and then I did the nightclub. We shot on Friday. I saw Michael, and then I worked at the nightclub, and then I had to go up to Mount Vernon to go because I was going up to my place upstate, and my buddy he picked me up at the Fleetwood stop, and I bumped into the girl that I was bartending at Grand Central. We just left each other. I went home, I showered, I grabbed my bag, I went to Grand Central, and I was like, "Oh, Tina, what's going on?" She goes, "Oh my God, there's the guy from The Sopranos." And I turned around and I was like, "Yo, Mike." Turns out he was going up to the same stop I was, Fleetwood, to go visit his grandparents, and it was right before 9/11, bro, because he was nominated for an Emmy.
Okay.
And it was like right before 9/11 that I saw him because then he lived down in Tribeca. I'd seen him after that, but it was right before, and then they canceled everything after 9/11. So
Right.
my friend used to tell me, he was like, yeah, that guy from The Sopranos. My friend worked in the school system.
Right.
He goes, that guy, I seen that kid walking the halls, and I was like, bullshit. And turns out, yeah, he was really going to school in Mount Vernon. So.
Hey, real quick question. Mount Vernon, I believe. Do you remember Action Park out there?
Oh no, the Mount Vernon is New York, but no, I went to Action Park every weekend, bro.
Yeah, me too, man. That park was the best. They made a
Oh my
movie about that
God.
dude.
I wasn't my parents weren't like that, like growing up. Like I remember like in like grammar school, kids like it would be on Monday morning and like there'd be like 4 kids come back and just like scabs up to their elbows. And there were like badges of honor. You were like, he went to Action Park. Look at all those scabs. And you're like, you knew someone went to Action Park on Monday morning because they were just covered in road rash.
Listen, my parents used to take me there all the time. That was like a little mini vacation. We'd go to Action Park. And I'm telling you guys, there's a movie made of it. Okay, and
Yeah,
there's
I
a
watched it.
documentary. This park was
100%
out of
true.
control. There was deaths, people injured. It was a disaster.
Well, so I used to get tickets from the radio station. So I would get the promotions director, Peggy Panache, was like, Steve, like there was a draw and had tickets to everything.
Right.
And she was like, if I went skiing, I would grab like 5 ski passes. 3 of my friends, we'd sell the 2, and then we'd have money at the bar.
Yes.
And then we would do that with Action Park. I would grab my 2 friends, and we go to Action Park. And I had 6. So I'd sell the 3 tickets from face value in the parking lot, and we got the good lockers, and we ate like kings for the whole day. So we went there, and they just had the bungee jump set up. It was the first. You heard about bungee jumping, and there it was in Action Park. It was the first of the first in Action Park. So I said, "Listen, the line is ridiculous. Let's bungee jump. Let's do that as the last thing we do."
Yeah.
So now we dry up. We get our regular clothes on. We're walking back to the car. We go over because it was sort of a little separate from the park.
Yeah.
And we go over, and all of a sudden there's like people walking towards us, like big groups of people. I'm like, "What's going on?" They were like, "Oh, what happened?" Well, they go, the guy, and all of a sudden now ambulances are coming. I was like, "What happened?" The guy, he goes, "The guy jumped, and it went snap, and he missed a bag."
Oh my God.
I was like, "Nope, no bungee jump."
Hey, Grillo, what about that wave pool? That wave pool was
Oh.
insane. People drown there all the time.
Every other day, they had their own ambulance there. They had their own ambulance group there.
Oh man.
Oh wait, here we go. You'll appreciate this one. Here we go. You are both engaging in low-level homosexual relationship. You are gay. And this guy, I love China. We love China. Yeah. There are no super chats coming through. I don't know what happened. He might not have time to read super chats because he had a big guest on the show. He wants to give his guest a chance to have his time. He might read them for future shows. I'm looking at my super chats right now. Tommy Jordan and Anonymous came through. I read the David Chase one from Anonymous, and why is Minder on the show, Tommy Jordan? I'm okay with all this. I'm very happy just having my guest on and doing this. But yeah, you are correct, sir. Me and Danny talked about that before. It's just, I want to listen to the guest and engage the guest. I was so used to having someone else do this for me before I came out to Vegas when I was doing it in the studio in New York at Pro Media. I just had to sit at a table and interview people. There was no such thing as super tips or super chats. But and then when I was doing it at home, I had a producer remotely reading me all he would put up certain questions, but there was no money involved. But my channel was monetized, but there was no super chats I don't know if there was at the time or not, because it was probably like during COVID, so whenever that was.
Right.
But yeah, Action Park was the shit, bro. Like it was how about that? Anybody could just jump off a high dive without any instruction whatsoever.
I'm telling you, I've never seen a park like that in my life. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
I panicked because it was like 20 feet. It doesn't sound like a lot, but I went up to the high dive and I was like, oh, and I panicked. And instead of putting my hands out for a dive, I fell sideways. And the last thing I heard before I hit the water was the whole crowd go, oh, and I landed on my ribs, bro, flat. It was like, oh my God. So I want to see if I can get on some of these questions here. Doom Spa. So I am 74, recently hit by a car, 24, and died. My wife organized my funeral cost. What is this? Without asking me at all, I was unable to make it because I don't know what that is. It's but some of these Drunken Donuts is one of my favorite names on here. Just potatoes and microwaves. Yeah, this guy. The viewers want to engage too, but no money for Grillo. So, well, you're not going to engage when I have a guest on. All the chatter. I'm not reading your rattled Steve Grillo. You see what this guy did, Denny? He created a name with my face. That was his hat on here. But yeah, rattled Steve Grillo. That's great. Warning all chat does not give Grillo money. He does not read them. No, I do read everything. So, but see, what they're trying to do is they're trying to like get people not to give me super tips, and which is kind of not nice at all to take your money out of my pocket. Big W wants to say, "What's up, Danny?"
What's up?
Oh, he's got the Darth Maul. I don't know if you're a Star Wars guy, but the new Darth Maul Shadow Lord on Disney is next level shit. But if you don't follow that universe, because I do. But if you want, I think next week on May the 4th, they're gonna have a Star Wars trivia competition. If you want to, they're gonna go with Vic Legina. If you want to come with us,
Yeah.
it'll be fun.
Like I said, man, we should
we
try to set that meet and greet up with Vince. That would be
Yeah.
good.
Well, I'm going to work on that later. We'll take some of these. Hey, see what he did? He sees what he did. Yeah. Wise guy. Well, I'm going to call my uncle Al Pacino, Willy Wonka, and have them busted. See. Oh, Grillo, you're taking money out of your pocket by not and offering nothing when you don't read them. I did read them, buddy. There's only 2 up there. So, see, now this is how Danny. This is how the little rumors start, and then they think that they're getting to me. I'm doing a Vegas show. This person's really nice as well, but they're all a Vegas grilling show. Yeah, I can cook, so I'll just take some of these people, put them up here. If you shit in the sink at exactly 4:20 and yell, "Oh my God," 69 times, a shadowy figure called Mom will come to beat you up, and you will take up at a place called the orphanage. No, yeah, you know what, Danny? I think we should open up a bar and call it Danny's Bar and Grillo.
Let's go.
So, rattled Steve Grillo, you're taking money out of pockets and offering nothing. Art Rogue, hey now, Savage Chat. Thank you, Art. Well, I don't know what this is, but I'm having fun with this. Oh, my Gus. I don't know. This guy's funny. I like this guy. I hope your socks get wet. You would if you said that would get to me because I hate wet socks. I don't know about you. If you wish wet socks on me, that means you really must want to hurt me because I wet socks are just off limits to me. Can't stand them. All right, Danny, let's go do something fun.
Let's do it.
It's Vegas. Thank you
Thanks
very
for
much,
having me,
everybody.
man.
Thank you, Danny. Thank you, Vinny Pastore. We're going to get Vinny out here sooner than later. I also want to. This is how these people, they can't stand me, they trash me, but they listen to everything that I say because one of my favorite things to say, 2 things, is like, I was on it like a bum on a sandwich. And I'm so busy, I got a broom on my ass, I'm sweeping too. And the funny thing is, like, I've said this on several different shows, and when people go, here we go with the bum on a sandwich comment, here we go with the ass and the broom comment. And there's one guy that got me good 3 times, because he always asks, there's a great story I have about James Gandolfini, and so a couple people asked that, and so and he asked me every time. So by the 3rd time, he goes, tell us the Gandolfini story. I'm like, yeah, okay, great. And then I was like, wait, the same guy, he got me to say the story. He got 3 times. It was very funny. Yes, I am now a Nevada resident, but I am coming to New York soon to do some turkey hunting, buddy. May is the greatest month to go hunting if you're a hunter. Turkey hunting is awesome because it's not like you just sit there and you wait for something to walk by in a tree. You got to call them and they come in.
Yeah.
So it's like, I jumped out of a plane at 13,000 feet. When I got my first turkey, it was more exhilarating than jumping out of a plane. So, because it's an actual hunt, like with deer season, you just sit there and you wait for something to come underneath.
Right.
And you take your shot. But turkey, man, you hear them coming, so you get. So, but all right, everybody, we're going to go have some fun. Thank you for tuning in, everybody.
Thanks, Grillo.
Wonderful time. Danny, tell them where they can find you. Just give them a little plug out there.
Listen, The Crime Solver on TikTok. The Crime Solver. I have 456,000 Danny Miner on Facebook and Instagram. And find me on Rumble, The Danny Miner Daily Show. I'm going to have a UFO guy on Friday. He's been seeing UFOs since he's a little boy, and he wrote a book. So get ready. Tune in Friday.
All right, everybody. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, guys.
Peace out.